by Hurricanes. Officially entering week 1 of high school football playoffs tonight, starting off with the Bishop Kenny Crusaders hosting Baker County. This will be the 9th consecutive playoff berth for Baker County, with 6 of those being under head coach Kevin Mays. The Crusaders, led by head coach Tim Krause, making their 4th playoff appearance under him. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. Catch the game live on 92.5 FM. Staying in Duval, the Bulls Bulldogs host Taylor County tonight at 7:30, with the Bulldogs having one of the most successful programs in state history, having 11 titles, reaching the state semifinals in all 5 of head coach Matt Toblin's seasons. Taylor County, being a run and defense team, will have to step it up offensively to keep up with Bulls all 4 quarters. Hear the game live on 10:10 a.m. Other local games include Oakleaf at Mandarin at 6:30 and Beachside at Ponte Vedra at 7. It's 70 degrees at 2 o'clock. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention. Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime prime time.
It's XL Prime Time, featuring Joe C.,
I would clean that bone about as good as anything.
Matt Hayes,
The guys they had last year, terrible.
and Leon Searcy.
Mama know that when you get to camp, you ain't gonna see a lot of Big Daddy.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
We're going to see Big Daddy tonight, and we're talking Big Mike, Iron Mike, Jake Paul, the big bout, one that had been put off once before. Last time we saw Mike Tyson, at least I think the last time we saw him in action was when he was here in Duval with AEW. Am I right? It sounds like that's the last time we might have seen him, but he's going at it. So we're definitely going to talk about that today. As a matter of fact, RJ, crank out an X poll on Mike Tyson v. Jake Paul. Leon, early lean in this bad boy. Early lean. We're going to talk football the rest of the show. What's the early lean here?
Listen, I saw some of Mike Tyson's training tapes on internet. It hurt me watching them. Yeah. It hurt me watching them. If that Mike Tyson shows up tonight, Jake Paul is going to be in the front row seats.
Guess what?
Out the ring.
He's older.
Did you see
He's
him,
a
Joe?
bit older than that.
Did you? I know, but did you see his? Again, he's just training.
Yeah.
But did you see any of the videos?
Oh, yes.
Dude, he's still quick, man.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And we're talking about another guy who hasn't done a whole hell of a lot professionally against other professional fighters in the ring.
Plus, Mike's got a little oomph in that punch, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, he does.
We don't know
ain't
what
the same dude.
we don't know what his jaw's like.
Yeah.
He might get hit once and that's it.
That could be it, possibly. I doubt it, though.
But
really.
still, I mean, that dude.
Yeah.
He's punishing. He's menacing.
Yes, he's a menace. It's exactly what he is.
I mean, Spielberg told me when I was coming in today, he said, "Did you hear what Mike Tyson said about Jake Paul?" And I said, "No." He said, "Jake Paul is a manufactured killer. I'm a natural born killer." I said, "Oh, Lord." I just got shivers when he told me that. I was like, "Oh, my goodness gracious."
So he's 30. He's 3 decades plus older than Paul. So, RJ, on the X,
Oh, boy.
just round and result. You can give us a comment on how you think it's going to go down, but I think that, at least jump in on that. You can hit the text line with it as well, but on X, we'd love to hear from you. You can find all of us at Leon Searcy Jr. Is it at Leon Searcy Jr. 1?
Yeah.
On X, at Matt Hayes CFP, at 1010XL Joe C. We would love for you to check us out, interact on X that way. Of course, you can come to YouTube. You can find us on the stream real easy with XL Primetime, a Florida Home AC Friday, and you guys can jump in with some rock and roll suggestions. RJ the DJ, you ready to go? You are. Yes, you are. He's ready to crank out some rock.
Did you say that 3 times, or did I hear that wrong?
No, I said it 3 times.
All right, because I was like, wait a second, something wrong here?
I thought it was going to be Beetlejuice on me,
Right, that's right.
I was trying to think if I could come up with a quick rhyme beyond RJ the DJ.
I was starting to get worried about myself for like about 2 seconds. I was like, wait, am I having like a stroke or something?
And I was just checking RJ's pulse in there just to make sure he's ready to go. But Friday's, always that time you can kind of get fired up for the weekend, for what comes tomorrow and Sunday. Now, what comes on Sunday may be a beating up in Motown. I'm not going to suggest that they're going to get killed, because the NFL just is not set up that way.
I am.
You are suggesting they're going to get killed?
Yes, they are.
All right, real quick, give me some reasons, because beyond this whole Jake Paul v. Mike Tyson, I would like to hear whether Jag fans think they can cover or not. Cover, keep it close, whatever. So you think they're going to get killed?
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember what game I was watching, but Detroit and somebody else. I can't remember the game was. It might have been the Vikings. And that whole game was in fast forward. Everything was in fast forward. The offensive plays, the execution, the defensive plays, the execution. We don't play like that, we don't play like that. Now the Vikings only scored 12 on us, so that was a good job by the defensive side of the ball. But I'm talking about both sides of the ball. Detroit is locked and loaded, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
They are.
Dude, they're gonna get annihilated.
See, this is usually. I'll just remind everybody.
I know this is your NFL type game. I get it,
right?
But they're gonna get crushed. Man.
I'll just remind everybody also the same thing this past week. We're 5 days removed from a 5-point loss against the team they thought was gonna crush them. Okay,
a home game against a quarterback who's clearly not playing as well as when he started, and I don't know what he was seeing the entire game in that game.
Yeah, well, I know that.
I mean, without those picks, it's a 35-point loss, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, they went up and down the field.
Yeah.
They went up and down the field, and I joked about it earlier this week. Jared Goff v. Sam Darnold. There's a little bit of a drop off there. Okay, Sammy ain't Goff, and so yeah, he did make the mistakes. And Jared Goff has been one of those guys, when he does have a bad game, he cleans it up quickly. And so we'll see what he can do. But just let us know. It easily could be a beatdown. I just don't know that we're going to necessarily get that. Detroit's won 7 in a row. Things just come back to the pack just a little bit here or there.
Plus, you play harder at home, which is what the Jags did. You get on the road, you go down 2 scores, and all of a sudden it's
Well, the other thing is that Mac had the benefit of not – actually, I take that back. I was going to say Mac had the benefit of not having that crowd noise to deal with. There were plenty of Vikings fans in the building.
30,000, man.
It was just nuts. But anyway, it will be louder up there. And the run game just didn't do a whole hell of a lot. The number of opportunities he had certainly wasn't up. He threw, I think, 22 times and got sacked 3 times. 111 yards. Yards per attempt, pretty low, pretty stinking low.
See, I know it's a lot of people going into the game and be watching matchups. But me being a former offensive lineman, I'm watching Penei Sewell and Trayvon Walker. I'm going to be watching that all game long.
Yeah.
Because, Trayvon Walker's been having a decent season. But he's going to be the grown man come Sunday.
Yeah, he's playing. I like what I see. He's playing a little angrier. He got fired up at the end, probably did some dumb stuff he shouldn't have done at the end.
Yeah, true.
But I like the fact that he's starting to get a little ticked off. And I'll never forget this, and I'm sure all of Duval will never forget this, right or wrong. Most people do not like Jalen Ramsey because of what he did in Jacksonville. But one thing he did say, I'm tired of losing.
Yeah,
I hate losing, and I'm hoping Trayvon Walker shares that same sentiment because they need angry people on that side of the ball.
Because he went to Georgia. They didn't do a lot of losing in Georgia. They won a lot of games, won some championships while he was down there.
Yeah.
That might change this weekend.
So I'm just saying that you want guys with that kind of temperament at those kind of colleges to effectively affect your locker room. And you got to remember too, when you're a young guy, you tend to sway and let the veterans be the mouthpieces of the locker room. But as you grow and you get better, you get to be more vocal. I mean, it was my same situation when I was with the Steelers. When I first initially came in there, rookie, they didn't want to say much or whatever. But by the time I was getting like Pro Bowl recognitions,
right,
I made my voice be heard in that locker room. And I had DeMonte Dawson, Greg Lloyd, Kevin Green, all them kind of guys in there. So I hope Trayvon Walker say, hey, man, I'm tired of this.
Exactly.
Y'all need to step up.
Yeah. I love that idea.
He might be the voice right now in that locker room.
He could be the only one. Because
Who else?
He's the only one that's, in my mind,
play well enough to do it.
Yes, exactly.
And Foye coming back from an injury.
But he's been hurt.
Least. Yeah. And Tyson coming back from an injury has been pretty good. Heck, Buster Brown may be able to pop off a time or two now because he's making plays. But yeah, you're right. There's just this team lacks leadership, lacks that killer instinct. Let's go real quick back to last
That's what
night.
they got the 5 free agents for, Joe. They were all supposed to be like those, character locker room leader guys.
None of them talk.
We like the makeup of our locker room. It's been crap since then.
Yes.
Okay, it really has.
They have affected us in no way
He gotta
possible.
go, man. He gotta go.
Gosh. All right, so last night, real quick, because we're going to do a bunch of college ball, and we're definitely going to roll through some of these other big NFL games. Buffalo and Kansas City's a huge one, plenty of other ones. But last night was pretty good. Washington and Philadelphia battled for the NFC East. If Washington had beaten Philly last night, it would have been a tiebreak situation. They would have had matching records, and they would have obviously beaten them. Yeah. It didn't happen. Saquon starting to soldier up, look really good in an Eagles uniform. Yeah, I'm watching that game, and it was hard for me to evaluate the Eagles because their five wins. Now they're 6 wins. Mm-hmm. I don't know how good the Commanders are because at the beginning of the season, Jalen Daniels was lighting the NFL up. He was lighting the NFL up with bad teams, going against bad teams. He's still putting up the yards. That's not his fault. Yeah, and I just think he's come back a little bit in the last couple games. He's come back a little bit. But I think the Eagles, they run the ball effectively. Mm-hmm. They take their shots when they can. But the question is, can they beat the Lions when it's all said and done towards the end? Me with the Honolulu Blue, I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no too, but I don't think Daniels played that poorly last night. Mm-hmm. I think defensively in the second half they kind of wore down.
Well, I feel like he didn't make some good decisions. Mm-hmm. They did not.
He's playing a very good defense.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and I give Howie Roseman a ton of credit. If Howie Roseman went to his owner, like Trent went to his owner here, if he went and said this is the best roster you've ever had, he might be right. He might be right because they have it on both sides of the ball. You mentioned what Jalen Carter started to do. Listen. I saw more disruption in one game in Jalen Carter last night than I've seen on this whole team all season. That kid is unstoppable. When he says to himself, "You can't block me," right? Then nothing you can do about it. Well, the 4th and 2, when Washington decided not to kick a field goal, it was a 12-10 game. What was it? 8 minutes to go in the fourth, something like that, right? And he absolutely blew that up. Now, under center, it is never easy anymore for these quarterbacks for some reason to get under center because they're just so used to the shotgun. Anyway, bobbled snap. Jalen Carter almost blew it up at the line of scrimmage, and then there were plenty of other guys that made plays. But Quinyon Mitchell, really good. They weren't going to throw in his direction. So anyway, Daniels, this is the first night, at least I feel like, maybe you can go back to the rib injury game that he had. This is the first game where he got hit a lot.
But you got to take those points, too. Like in the fourth quarter, you got to take those points.
Well, it was a 12-10 game, and they probably thought, hey, we need to make sure that we get in the end zone. I dig it. I understand it.
Right, but at least when you take those points, you force them to be more perfect on offense. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's different then. Like when you take those points, the game is different mentally. When you lose and you get stopped, momentum is turned. You don't have the ability to put pressure on their offense anymore. They can play more free. It's different. That's why take the points.
Well, the perfect example of all of this is they get blown up on 4th down. They lose the opportunity to take the lead. It would have only been a 1-point lead, but they lose the opportunity.
Still the lead on the road in the fourth quarter.
Then they throw a pick. Jaden Daniels, defensively, they make a stop. Jaden Daniels comes right back out, throws it right to, who was it, Blankenship or whoever, that guy on the defensive side that picks him off, and it was over at that point. Now, they made it interesting down the stretch because that was 12-10. Hard to believe how many points they can explode for in the fourth quarter when it was that low of a scoring game.
That defense
late.
Was so worn down, man.
Yeah. Well, they ended up back and forth. It was, 26-18 at the final, so they at least were able to trade some points coming in. All right. So the other NFL games that are out there, Kansas City and Buffalo, do the Chiefs get knocked from the ranks of the unbeaten? Both of those teams are on long win streaks, so we'll touch on that one. Definitely let us know as far as the Jags are concerned what you think they can do, cover, get killed, whatever it might be. Hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. We got all that college ball to talk about. So we'll start off with Tennessee and Georgia and some of the other big games. Is Texas about to walk in to Vietnam and lose its second ball game as they take on the Razorbacks? We'll get into that game. You got Florida now with DJ Lagway expected to play and only, a 3.5, 4-point dog to LSU. And LSU still, if you do the math, still has an SEC championship possibility, and they're only a 3.5, 4-point dog or favorite to the Gators. So we'll get into all those games coming up. It's XL Primetime, a Florida home AC Friday. Hope you hang out with us for the next couple of hours.
Sometimes it's a stunning performance.
3 touchdowns tonight.
Sometimes it's the guy who gets the job done.
He doesn't take a play off.
Listen for the Universal Roof and Contracting Offensive Player of the Game.
He is a difference maker now.
On 1010XL.
Jaguars fans, want to meet some of your favorite players? Coke Florida, Publix Supermarkets, and the Jags are giving you the chance. Join 1010XL at Publix, 170 Village Commons Drive, St. Augustine, Tuesday, November 19th at 5. For autographs, pictures, raffles, and more. Get off the sidelines and get to Publix to grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or any of your favorite Coca-Cola beverages using Publix digital app. The Jaguars and Coke Florida. There's magic when we cheer together at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
I'm Chris Campione. Auto accidents can leave you feeling lost and overwhelmed. But at Campione Law, we're here to guide you with a personal touch through every step of the process. We don't get paid unless you get paid. CampioneLaw.com.
Count on Campione Law.
Getting you ready for the game. Pre-Game Friday. Built by Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
Did you know you can charge the all-new Honda Electric Prologue in the same receptacle as your phone? You don't need these special charging stations at your home. Simply plug in your Honda or your phone. See your local Honda dealer now. We're electrified.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. You know, I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
If your favorite colors are orange and green, stay close to South Beach this season.
Your source for weekly Canes news and nuggets on 1010XL is the Hurricane Report.
Brought to you by Performance Painting. Prepare, protect, preserve on 1010XL.
AC replacement? If your AC unit is ready to go kaput, then it's time to call Florida Home AC. With over $3,000 in tax credits waiting for you on select systems, take advantage of it. Call 777-4300. Get Florida Home AC to cool you off.
Value or flavor? Price or taste? Why choose when you can get both with everyday deals at Sonny's? Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12, and all-you-can-eat ribs for just $19.99. Yep, you heard right. All your favorites are now available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue. Local pitmaster since '68.
Budweiser reminds us to drink wiser, like hydrating between beers. It keeps the fun going longer, and it's a commitment to responsibility. Remember, good times are ahead, so no need to overdo it. Know when to say when, and always designate a driver.
Mia here. How did we get to NFL Week 11 already? If you're not signed up yet, get in on the action now with promo code 1010XL to double your first deposit with MyBookie. It is the best sign-up deposit bonus in the industry available to Florida bettors. This weekend, the Jags head to Detroit as the biggest underdogs of any team this week. 14-point spread, folks. If you think the Lions can beat them by 2 tutties, then bet it, but that is a huge spread. I will take the Jags and the points. The Ravens playing in Pittsburgh as a 3-point road favorite with a 48-point over-under total. I'm looking at a same-game parlay here. Take the Ravens and the under, and then, of course, you also could take Derrick Henry with the over on his rushing total. Don't miss a great nightcap with Sunday Night Football. The Bengals travel to L.A. to face the Chargers. I am betting on Jim Harbaugh's squad to cover a 2-point spread. MyBookie still has a double deposit bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. It's the best deposit sign-up bonus in the industry. Sign up with promo code 1010XL and make yourself a winner with MyBookie.
Are you a member of the Ran Out of Room Club? Maybe it's a boat, RV, or cars. Maybe it's office space. A luxury storage unit at the Shed is your solution. Opening soon in Atlanta Beach. AC and plumbing available and spots filling fast. Don't join the Ran Out of Time Club. Go to theshedjacks.com.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
I'm living proof that with Rebound Rehab, you can bounce back and get back in the game. Joe C. for Rebound Rehabilitation, and they helped me recover from an ankle injury that had me down and out. Their team of physical therapists ensure you'll get the best treatment you need to recover and regain mobility. From back, shoulder, and neck pain to a nagging knee or arthritis, Rebound Rehab can help form a game plan through therapy and exercise, complete with an app so you can continue to recover at home. Check out reboundrehab.com. 8 convenient locations.
If you know about artificial turf, you know it needs to be done right. Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Sunshine Turf, a family-owned company that will transform your outdoor space into the oasis of your dreams. A putting green, a pet run, a maintenance-free yard. Trust me, the team at Sunshine Turf are the experts you need to transform your lawn. With the highest quality products and budget-friendly pricing, get clean, low-maintenance synthetic grass by visiting sunshineturf.info or call 904-383-0243 to get a free quote today from Sunshine Turf.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, the latest SEC injury report, or as they call it, the student athlete availability report, is out. LSU, Florida.
Yep.
Gators quarterback DJ Lagway is not on the list. He's playing.
So Billy let it out last night during the his coach's show, and
that he was practicing.
Yeah, he's practiced. He's no limitations. So the expectation is that he'll play. And then now, like you said, SEC. I guess
student availability report, Joe.
Yeah, the first conference, right, to do that, right? And then the other ones have done it, have followed. But yeah, the availability. And so there you go. And look, he's going to play. It's going to, I believe it already influenced the line for the fact that LSU is still in position to maybe play for an SEC championship, which may not seem likely. I had to break the news to Big Vic. It probably ain't going to happen. But they still are in line if other things were to fall their way. Yeah.
It's a lot easier than you think they can get there.
Yeah. They're still a path for
They got to win out.
Well, they have to win out, obviously.
Yeah, they have to win out, and they have to have a lot of other things happen. 2 or 3 other losses.
The line is 3.5. Florida gets 3.5.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's possible.
Yeah.
And Brian Kelly's bunch right now is kind of sideways after getting work the way they did by Jalen Milroe.
Got mud stomped, yeah.
Yeah.
They got beat up.
They did.
Both sides of the ball.
And they can't control that versatile quarterback. And Jalen Milroe, once again, Milroed somebody with his legs and then started, once he did that, he had them shook, and then they were able to throw on him and complete big plays. And when you got that talented number 2 on the other side to throw to, Ryan Williams, oh, my gosh, he's so good. So there's some good stats here.
Are you suggesting Lagway could Milrose him?
He could if he wants to take off and run and try and make some plays that way with his legs, and then obviously pull in the idea of getting some of those guys, and it could be Badger, Mizell, whomever that he's throwing the football to. Heck yeah, it could happen. I'm not positive it's going to happen, but it could happen. You talk about what LSU has at stake. Brian Kelly, they're going to be on him a little bit in the Bayou if it doesn't go well. He's the guy that has produced the first couple of years, made it to Atlanta, and then produced a Heisman Trophy winner and some top-flight first-round draft picks this year.
And then step back. And then, I mean, they're also not happy about the way each season's began. They lost back-to-back times to Florida State.
Right.
And then lost to a bad USC team.
Yeah, and had that unbeaten streak at home come to a crashing halt the way it did. By the way, I love this line. LSU Governor Jeff Landry, he was the one who pushed for the live tiger to be in attendance at Tiger Stadium Saturday night. They brought in, separate from Mike the Tiger they got right now, they brought this cat in from Florida.
You know where they got him from, right?
Yeah, from down south, right?
Right. You know where it came from? The actual place?
No, what is it?
The Tiger King. The Tiger King's
Joe Exotic.
Joe Exotic's big rival, Carol. What's her name? It came from her spot.
Yeah, I know it was from down there, and I knew it was an exotic, but I just didn't know if it was the rival. So, yeah, it came down from down south, and so it wasn't like they brought that tiger in from Florida. Anyway, the governor, Jeff Landry, his quote was after the live tiger was in attendance, our live tiger, unfortunately, disappointingly, was the only tiger who showed up Saturday.
Ooh.
How about the governor going after Southern?
Gov taking a shot at not only the coach, but the players, too.
Listen, that tiger stuff don't work. They did the same thing to me in 88. Put the tiger outside our locker and tried to intimidate us, and we put up a 55-3 beating on them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it wasn't intimidating, but like when you first saw it, and it
we was in the locker room. We was in the locker room getting taped, and we hear. We're like, what the hell is that? So everybody know what the hell was going on.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, when we go out the locker room, we see this ferocious tiger in the cage right outside our locker room.
Yeah. And I can't remember the dude's name that had this tiger, but you won't be surprised by this because the whole Joe Exotic Netflix that came out, Tiger King, where whoever this dude is that had this tiger had been hit up by some of the animal lovers for cruelty to animals, for poking and prodding and kind of getting the tiger all fired up and everything like that, which is probably what they were trying to do that night against you guys.
Yeah, how'd that work for them?
Yeah. All right, so Tennessee and Georgia's a big one. LSU, Florida's a big one. Is Texas, Arkansas a big one? Well, yeah, the Razorbacks can get it done. I don't know whether they will.
Taylor Green's probable. Their quarterback, Taylor Green, who's been limited. He's probable. He's going to play. That's a difficult environment. That place is going to be loud. And again, I keep going back to this, but who is Texas beating?
Yeah. Well, it's true, but I love this. When I was looking at some of the notes, okay, Taylor Green has thrown for 2,200 yards, thrown for close to a dozen touchdowns, 7 picks. He helped Arkansas to that big win over the Vols, threw for 260-something in that game. But the Razorbacks, they gave Tennessee their only loss, but they lost to LSU and Ole Miss by a combined 58 points. So they can get on the wrong end of a game a hurry.
They can.
And they played close ones against A&M, and you can go through the other ones that they were in. But, yeah, I don't know whether they got it in them or not.
It's a big rivalry game, man. It's a big rivalry game.
Yeah, it is. And they haven't seen each other in a while. So
there's going to be some juice to this game.
Yeah, the last time they came in there, Texas was ranked, and that's when Sammy had it going, and they ended up beating them. Whatever midday kick, I can't remember what the kickoff time was.
42-21 they beat them.
Yeah, they got them. They got them. And then Georgia's won 28 straight at home. Most in school history. That is a saucy, because you're talking about some of the stuff that they've done over the years and the fact that they had a 28 straight home game win streak that they're going to bring into the game on Saturday, the most in school history, most of anyone in the FBS since who? I'll ask you that question, but that's a saucy right there.
Saucy Nugs.
Remember the last team that had this streak of home game?
Clemson.
Yeah. And isn't it
because they were
funny
getting a little close to our record, and I was wishing against them.
And they lost to Pitt, right? Didn't Pitt break it?
It was from
NC State.
From when?
I don't know when it was, but I think Pitt or NC State was the team that beat them.
I'm not sure who beat them.
Pitt beat them because I was watching the game because I wanted them to lose. They were getting a little close to us.
Oh, I don't blame you.
And Pitt came upset.
Isn't it funny? It went from 16 to 22, and they were the last ones that had it rolling.
Mm-hmm.
How far are they from that?
Clemma?
Yeah.
Long way.
Yeah. Isn't it
long way?
Nowhere near the dominance that they were back then. And that wasn't that long ago.
No, I literally just published about a half hour ago. I wrote a column about that. This is, this is a big game for Dabo. You know why?
Yeah.
They lose this game at Pitt, which they easily could.
Mm-hmm.
He can no longer stand there and say, I'm doing it my way because it works. Because from 2015 to Trevor's last year, they won 2 national titles and were in the national title game 2 other years. And they lost, I think, a combined, I got to look it up again because I just wrote it. They lost like a combined, I think 7 games. I think that's right. And then since then, they've lost like 12 games. Haven't gone near the playoff. And it's not Like, you can't continue to say, I'm sticking with my locker and I'm not using the portal. Every other team in FBS uses the portal. He's the only one that doesn't.
Yeah. One of my dear friends, Elijah, is a diehard Tiger, just a diehard. Went to Clemson, great guy. And he called Dabo after this, last go-around, coming off a bye week, Tommy Bowden. Tommy Bowden. That's how far
the problem is
he's in the eyes of the Tiger.
He's now, for years now, he's had this freaking steel tank of coaching capital. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to. He's got a little problem now.
Yep.
They could be 7-1 in the ACC, okay? Mm-hmm. And if SMU and Miami win out, it doesn't matter. They're out. And he's talking about how our goal was, 7-1. It's better where we were than last year. You got to be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bar now at Clemson after 2 national championships. Is we're better than we were last year.
Well, that's similar to what Billy's selling in Gainesville. We're an improved football team.
The thing is all Clemson needs is they need like a big receiver, a big time receiver. They need a good left tackle. They only need like 4 or 5 things, like Alabama does, like Georgia does, like Ohio State does. Just like supplement. You don't have to do like Florida State. You don't have to do like Ole Miss. You just need like a 3, 4, 5 guy supplement.
Yeah, and he refused. Maybe he'll relent and change his ways, but it's now becoming archaic and it ain't winning for him. That's
By the way, speaking of Kirby, in the 28-game win streak, he was on McAfee today. You ready to hear this?
Uh-huh.
It sounds like Kirby's like he's almost like promoting the fact that if you have 3 losses, you should still get in the playoff in the SEC.
You know what he's doing? He's doing his version of Nick Saban politicking.
Because he knows what's coming? Is that what you're saying?
He's saving politics.
He knows what the big orange is coming this Saturday? Is that what you're saying?
He might.
You ready for this? Quote, I don't know how much the committee values it, strength of schedule. They're looking at the game on the TV.
Right.
They're not at the stadium, hearing the crowd noise, knowing the atmosphere that you're playing in. It's very different when you play on the road in our league. I think compared to some other leagues, it's tougher. First off, he's taking a shot at the committee, which I'm sure the committee's not too thrilled about.
Of course, but he's going to work them. He's got to work them early now because what is he? He's Ole. He's on the outside looking in.
He's going to be really Ole after they lose Saturday.
And here's what blows my mind, and this is how good he's had it, because he's had it good for a long time. I just mentioned 28-game home streak that they're going to roll into that game against the Vols with. There is not a player on the Georgia roster who was active during the Dogs' last home loss, and that was back in 2019. That's how good they've had it for a long, long time. And they just brought new dogs and new dogs and new dogs in there, and yet they haven't lost. But now they could be facing it.
It could be.
28 games. But this is against a team in Tennessee that they have paddled on a regular basis. So we'll get into that. Plenty more coming up. It is XL Primetime, a Florida Home AC Friday. We're going to get back to the Lions and Jags coming up here with a special guest.
Ray Roberts, yes.
He is one of those guys that knows about the Lions, keeps up with them up there. What was he, a first-round draft pick for them?
First-round draft pick, yeah.
Now, did you say he played when Jacksonville was handed that 44-0 loss?
No, he was actually the next year he played.
Next year?
Yeah, so y'all missed out on him.
I'm sure he is aware of that history. All right, we'll get it going. It's XL Primetime with a guest talking Lions and Jags coming up.
This crowd is electric. The difference between stepping up and stepping aside can be as simple as being stepped on.
And he is slow to get up.
Listen for the personal injury attorneys Farah and Farah Injury Update on 1010XL.
Jacksonville.
Jags fans, looking for the perfect activity around the holidays? We've got you covered with the inaugural Teal Trot 5K. The race takes place outside Everbank Stadium, Saturday, December 21st. We can't wait to see you there. Your registration includes the 5K, a throwback Jaguars headband, and a ticket to the December 29th game against the Titans. Visit jaguars.com/Teal Trot to sign up today.
Introducing Gatorade Water. Alkaline and electrolyte infused for great taste. Gatorade Water, always in motion.
Find it at your local Winn-Dixie. For the athletes who give everything, nothing beats Gatorade. The studied, tested, and proven fuel of the world's greatest athletes. Gatorade Water, proudly supporting high school sports on the First Coast.
cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Jimerson Burr is a full-service, Florida-based commercial law firm dedicated to helping businesses manage risk, maximize opportunities, and move their company forward. Jimerson Burr attorneys are business-oriented lawyers, equally comfortable as community leaders, private transaction counselors, or courtroom advocates. If you have a legal issue of any kind affecting your business, contact the firm at 389-0050 or jimersonfirm.com.
I'm here with Danny Van Sickle, director of the Electrical Training Alliance. Danny, tell me about your program.
Hey, Rick, we're a 5-year electrical apprenticeship. Our students start out making over $40,000 a year, and right now graduate making over $90,000 a year, including benefits. There is no tuition or no student debt. You just have to apply and get accepted.
Did you say no tuition and no student debt?
You heard that right, Rick. Once you're accepted to the program, your only cost are the books and the course fees. About $800 a year.
That sounds like an amazing opportunity. How can I learn more?
Just go to etajax.org, and you can apply there.
Apply by May 23rd.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 15, 2018, LeBron James passes Wilt Chamberlain for 5th on the NBA's career scoring list, with 44 points in the Lakers' victory over the Portland Trail Blazers.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen. Energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Right now, save 20% on your entire project. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
3D Digital has you covered for any of your business's digital marketing needs. From producing award-winning videos to getting those digital ads to follow your customers around the internet, our team has your back. Visit 3ddigital.com or give us a call at 904-712-4004 to schedule a free consultation today. 904-712-4004.
Hey, gang, Prosser here to save you some cash. Maximize your home sale now with the market experts who deliver more money in less time, and those experts are Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried about costly repairs or upgrades needed to sell your home. You don't have to worry. The worries are relieved with Chad and Sandy, the local real estate experts we are trusting and recommending with the sale of your home. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Mortgage rates are down. It's time to create your market. Marvin in Cobblestone writes, my siblings and I moved our parents to Maryland so they can get some extra help as they get older. Next, we had to sell the home to get them some financial help for their extra care. We hired Chad and Sandy, and they delivered big. Chad and Sandy's team got our home sold in 7 days above asking price. You can too. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Picking here with a message from Zero Res. You got to just love this time of the year as we reflect on the things that matter most. Families, homes, the holidays, and of course, football. They're very grateful for you all, the good people of Jacksonville, and they want to thank you. So get ready for the holidays. Book today, and Zero Res will clean your carpets for only $49 a room. Plus, they'll give you 25% off your tile cleaning. This one fills up fast, so book now on both carpet and tile. Zero Res, fill it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Get ready for a smoking hot night at the brand new Cigars International Superstore at the Town Center. Friday, join 1010XL for a back-to-back live broadcast. Into the Night with Rick Ballou kicks things off from 4 to 6, followed by the Bueller Air Conditioning and Plumbing College Football Kickoff Show from 6 to 7:30 with Matt Hayes. Celebrate with 1010XL as we promote Saturday's grand opening of Cigars International. Swing by Friday. 1010XL is live on location from 4 to 7:30 only at Cigars International.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars,
Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars defensive coordinator Ryan Nielsen on the challenge against the Lions offense.
Complete group. They're playing at a high level. Very efficient. Quarterback play is fantastic. He's doing a really good job knowing where to go the ball, getting the ball out. And then the runners are some of the top in the league right now. Like both guys are doing a really good job. Offensive line, just the way they're playing, they're operating. That you can group that's been together and operating at a high level. And so we've definitely got a really good test. We got to go out there. We got to execute, play our game.
The Lions offense is right at the top of the league, scoring nearly 32 points per game. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, another great guest on the Garber Auto Mall phone line.
Hello.
We can wiggle it.
Talking Jaguars versus the Lions, a 13-plus point line. First time the Lions have been that big of a favorite since they played the Jags all the way back in their inaugural year, 1995. It's been a minute, and we've got one of those guys who's worn a Lions uniform.
Oh, yeah, we got Ray Roberts, who's actually my draft mate. In 1992, we were all drafted in 1992. He went 10th overall. I went 11. Ray, how you doing, bro?
I'm hanging in there, brother. Good to hear from you, and I'm always here for you whenever you need me, bro.
I appreciate that, man. I don't know if you know this story, but I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell the people this story. So in 92, we're at the Combine, right? So Ray Roberts and Bob Whitfield were the two highest. They were the highly ranked tackles, right?
Right.
And then they had me third, but they had me as number one guard. So we get into the Combine, and I knew guards didn't get drafted high. All right. So back in the day, you could just pick your number. They asked you. There was a guard line. There was a tackle line. And I was initially in the guard line. I said, man, guards don't make no money, man. So I saw Big Ray and I saw Big Bob Whitfield in the tackle line. So I went in the tackle line and went over there so I could compete with them. It worked. I got drafted right behind them. So that's
absolutely.
I don't think you knew that story, but y'all influenced me.
Yeah, I did, because at the end of the line there was myself, Whitfield, and I think what's his name? Larry Tharp. You remember Larry Tharp?
I remember him. Yep.
Yeah, and so we were just kind of at the combines goofing off.
Yeah.
A lot, and because we're at the end of every drill, and so back then you just wait forever to do the drills, and so Larry was a pretty funny dude, and Big Bob was a pretty funny dude, and so we were just having a lot of fun. But it turned out great when you came over, because then we were like the top dudes in the draft. And I can remember, when you're getting drafted, you're looking at all the other guys and stuff like that. And I was like, man, this dude from Miami is a pretty mean, physical dude. I was like, this guy beats you up when you play football, when you play against him. And so it was kind of cool to get to know you that way too.
Yeah. So you was drafted by the Seahawks, but you initially, after free agency, you became a Lion. So how do you think your Lions are doing right now?
You know what, man? I'm super impressed with what they've done there, like the long haul. They've played the long game, when Dan Campbell first came in and talking about biting kneecaps and all this other kind of stuff, he didn't really quite know where that was going. But as you can see, they've built a team that, to me, I don't know if there's another team in the league that kind of fits its city and its coach better than the Detroit Lions. Like, they have really tough, physical football players. They have a tough, physical coach, and Detroit is a tough, physical town. And so it all just kind of works. And so I'm super impressed with, last year they could have gone into the tank after kind of blowing that NFC Championship game against the 49ers. But, man, they came back on fire, and they're playing some good football right now.
You know what I love about the Lions, Ray, and I'd love for you to expound on it as well, is, they struggled in coverage in that game, the NFC Championship game. So what they do in the draft the next year, they went and got two guys that played at major schools in college football and could play. They didn't get projects. They didn't get guys that maybe may fit or, we'll see because the guy can run. They got two ball players, which is the way they draft. They draft ball players.
Yeah.
Explain that to everyone.
Yeah, so, when you talk to the crew back there, I was on one of the search committees for the coaching staff there, and we all met with Chris Spillman, and we're trying to determine like what type of team that will work in Detroit, and everyone kind of agreed on this really tough, physical, high-level football team, and so they've drafted that way. If you look at like their 22-man roster, there's probably about 12 or 14 dudes that are first, second, or third round draft picks, and they're all very good football players, and they come from, like you said, they come from big programs. They've played in big games. They've played against high-level competition, and so to me, honestly, I feel like they've built this team the old-fashioned way. Like nowadays, people are trying to, pay the quarterback a whole ton of money and then get these guys that you hope are going to have career years in other positions, or maybe it's a guy that hasn't really played, but you think, hey, come into our system, he'll be great. But these guys have built like an old-school football team from the inside out. So, like, they have 3 first-rounders on the offensive line. They have 2 or 3 first- and second-rounders on the defensive line. And those guys really carry the attitude of this team. And so when you look at the rest of the roster, it's all built that way. Their corners are good cover guys, but they're also good tacklers. Their safeties, that play in and around the box are very physical dudes. Their tight ends are big dudes that can catch the ball, but they can also block. And so Penei Sewell is like, this dude is like offensive lineman with a running back, skill set. The guy can, I've seen him. I don't know if you've ever seen this, Leon, but this guy plays right tackle, and he can pull and run the sweep around the left side. It's like, oh my gosh, that's it's incredible the things they're able to do. So I love the way the team is built, and I think they kind of bet their money on the guys that have proven that they can do it over a course of 3 or 4 years in college, which is plenty of tape to know if a guy can play football or not.
Robert, you're right. I mean, it's a thing of beauty. I mean, a tear comes from my eye when I see him pulling and trapping and getting downfield, making plays and running over guys like that. Man, that's that old school format back in the day. That kind of he has an old soul the way he plays the game as offensive lineman.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm on the broadcast team out here in Seattle, and we have a new staff, and they want to play this really physical brand of football. But they have it. You have to invest in physical brand dudes. You know what I'm saying? And usually that starts in the trenches. It's hard for a running back to set the tone for physicality. It's hard for a safety to set the tone for physicality. Like if you want to be a tough, physical, like he said, bite your kneecaps off, get knocked down, get back up, and it's going to be an all-day sucker type of fight. That stuff starts in the trenches, man. If your guys in the trenches don't have that, their team is not going to have it. And they have that in the trenches, and it has kind of permeated throughout the organization, with the rest of the team.
We're talking with Ray Roberts, former Detroit Lion, played a half decade up there in Motown. And I don't know that many teams, Ray, that you could describe them as fighters and finesse. And it seems like that is what Detroit is. So how did Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, in your mind, be able to create a tough fighter and a finesse type of team?
Because that's what Dan Campbell is. Like, there's a video clip of him, I think it was maybe the second training camp, and he's talking to the guys on the field, and he's telling them, he's pleading with them to just trust me. I know where we're headed. I know what we're building. I know what we're doing. So just trust me. Trust that we're putting together this type of team. And then the cool thing with him and Ryan is that they really do. They don't just go after the shiny objects. They go after the people that will fit what it is that they want to do. And so many times there's been teams that go like, hey, we want to be this type of team, but, man, we can't pass on this guy. And then that guy may not fit what you're trying to do, and then you try to build around that guy, and it doesn't quite work. But they stay true to what they said they were going to do. And they've been able to draft well. Like I said, that they have so many first- and second-round draft picks that are major contributors to the team, and a lot of those guys are in the trenches. And then he has had this ability to have the team really trust in him. I mean, look at this game where Jared Goff throws 5 interceptions and they win the football game. That is grit. And you heard after the game, a lot of the players use that actual phrase. Like, man, we are just a gritty football team. We never thought we were out of it. We knew we could bounce back, from those interceptions. And that's just kind of how we're built. They're built on grit, and then they play that way.
Ray, what's the biggest obstacle you think to the Lions in the NFC right now? Is it the Eagles or is it still the 49ers?
Right now, just because of the way they're playing, I think the Eagles have won 5 or 6 games in a row, and it seems like their defense is starting to ball out, and they got some big first-round draft picks. It's like Georgia of the Northeast on that defensive front, and those dudes are playing some really good football right now. So as it stands right now, I would say Philadelphia is the biggest threat. However, if the 49ers start to get healthy and start to kind of get on the roll that they can get on, to me, they're one of the better offenses in the league because Shanahan does a great job of calling plays. And then when that defense is rolling with Fred Warner and those dudes, man, they can be a very dangerous football team. And so I would say as it stands right now today, based on like the flow of how the season is going, I would say Philadelphia is the biggest threat. But don't count out the 49ers because if they get healthy down the stretch here, they're going to be a tough out.
Now, Ray, you blocked for one of the greatest running backs in NFL history. You got to give us a Barry Sanders story.
Yeah, well, the thing that's interesting about Barry is that when I first got there, I had come there from blocking for Chris Warren here in Seattle. And Chris Warren's a bigger back, 6'2", 225 pounds, but super fast dude, physical football. And so Chris and I played together in college for a spring, and then. So I knew him. So if things weren't going right, I could go over to Chris and be like, "Hey man, like what's going on? Like are we not blocking the people right, or we're not up to the linebackers on time? This, that, and other thing." And so we're having this, my first year in Detroit, and Barry would come off to the sideline. He just kind of sits off by himself, and you would almost think he's asleep because he would always have his eyes closed, and he's just sitting almost like a statue on the bench. And so back then we didn't have the videos like they have now. We just had the pictures. You remember the still pictures? Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking through the pictures, and I'm like, man, like if Barry would just wait 1 second, like I'm going to come off this double team with the tight end and go to this linebacker. But I feel like because I'm not on the linebacker, it's making him cut the ball back. Let me take these pictures over to Barry. And they're just, as soon as I got up, they're like, "Hey man, where you going?" I'm like, "I'm going to go show these pictures to Barry." They're like, "Oh, like nobody talks to Barry on the sideline like that." I'm like, "Hold up, man. Like, I'm putting my life on the line for this dude. Like, we're gonna have a conversation about these pictures right here." And so I walk over there. I'm like, "Hey Barry, like, what's happening? Like, what is that I'm not saying that you are saying?" And so he goes, "Hey man, don't worry about it. Like in the first part of the game, I'm trying to set these dudes up. So if I'm cutting it back too fast, then they'll start to hang backside, and then I can hit it on the front side. If I'm hitting it on the front side and they start falling real fast, then I can cut it to the backside. So you guys just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll be okay." And so I go back to our offensive line. I'm like, "Hey man, like this is what like that's valuable information to know for us." Mm-hmm. And so I tell our offensive line this is what's happening, and then all of a sudden, like our running game it takes off because everybody's on the same page. And I just thought it was interesting that this dude Barry. A lot of people think of Barry as just been an uber talented guy, and that you just put the ball in his hand and he's just running around like playing sandlot football. But there was method to his madness, and just watching the film, you wouldn't know that. But people have never asked him that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so it was really interesting to hear how his mind thought about the football game. And so you knew that he wasn't just it wasn't just a sandlot football thing to him. That there was actually method to what he was doing, even though in his method he was dynamic and juked your shoes off and all that other kind of stuff. And so it was just a really cool interaction that he and I had on the sideline my first year there. And based on me just like not knowing how he operates, and then him giving me that little bit of nugget, and then I can give that to our offensive line. And so it really helped us kind of come together as an offensive line. And like even here with the Seahawks, like I work sometimes with some of the individual players on the Seahawks, and so sometimes I'll go like, "Man, do you guys ever talk to the running backs? Like, do you ever take them to dinner and like try to figure out what it is that they're trying to get accomplished?" Because so many times the position groups are so isolated that you don't have those conversations and then all of a sudden you tell on the field, everyone's trying to run the same play, and it's like, yeah, but just like Leon, there's a game within the game, mm-hmm. And so like I may be telling my guard, "Man, this is how I'm approaching this block early in the game to set this thing up for this other play. So I might need a little more help, or I might need to help you more, whatever it is." And so if you don't have those conversations, sometimes you miss opportunities to make big plays. And so it was cool that Barry gave us that little nugget.
Wow. Hey, listen, Barry Sanders is the only guy I got off the bench to come on and get to this sideline to watch. He's the only guy that I ever did that. Hey, Ray, thanks for coming.
my first year there, Leon, I think I tackled Barry more than anybody else because I wasn't used to his style of running, and I always get in the way. Like I'm on the backside cutting off, and I'm like, yeah, I got my block. And then all of a sudden there's Barry, and he's running into me. And so then I had to realize, like, you know what? If I want to watch Barry run the ball, I got to wait until we get to the meetings on Monday. I just need to keep blocking until the whistle blows.
Wow. Hey, Ray, thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, anytime, big dog. And I just want to say, too, man, it's awesome to see the Hurricanes back on the map. The football scene, the college football scene is cool with the Alabamas and the Georgias and whatever. But, man, no team brings the culture and the attitude and the charisma to college football like Miami does when they're rolling. And so it's been missed for a long time. Good to see them back on the map.
Yeah, we're hated again, so we must be doing something.
You know what? I love it, dog.
Appreciate you coming on, Ray. Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, bro.
You got it.
All right, very cool. And imagine blocking, like you blocked for some great ones with Freddie T being among those at the top of the list, and then Barry as well. That's for sure. Good stuff. All right, we head into the 3 o'clock hour. We got our head coach, Coach Campo, coming up. We did ask Tyson versus Paul, who wins. One of our texters, High Tide, says unless it's rigged, Tyson will murder Jake Paul in under 90 seconds. Follow that with unless it's rigged, Detroit will murder Jacksonville in under 90 seconds. So you guys let us know who you think wins between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson. Hit the text line or vote on X.
Together, one play at a time.
It's the moment the game changed.
Up in the air, it is caught!
Listen for the performance painting high performance play of the game.
Are you kidding me?
On 1010XL. Performance painting. Prepare, protect, preserve. Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Welcome to Rockville. North America's largest rock festival returns to the Daytona International Speedway in 2025 with Green Day, Korn, Shinedown, and Linkin Park. Plus Bad Omens, Incubus, Good Charlotte, Rob Zombie, Alice in Chains, Pierce the Veil, Marilyn Manson, 3 Days Grace, Sublime, Hailstorm, I Prevail, Three Doors Down, Jimmy Eat World, Motionless in White, Bush, Chevelle, Mudvayne, and so many more. Welcome to Rockville takes over the Daytona International Speedway May 15th to the 18th, 2025. 5 stages, 4 days, and over 150 bands. 4-day, single-day camping and VIP passes on sale now at welcometorockville.com.
The Inflation Fighter is back and saving you thousands at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Mia here, and right now at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned, just $500 down and $288 per month gets you a pre-owned 2021 Toyota Corolla. Or you choose a pre-owned 2021 Camry, RAV4, or Tacoma for just $500 down and $388 per month. You also get no payments till January 2025. It's all at Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned. Shop in person, 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, or online at arlingtontoyota.com.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL.
Barley and Pie Brewing Company is Fleming Island's first and only craft brewery, founded by the co-founder and brewmaster of Wicked Barley. Barley and Pie serves up local brews made right in your backyard. Hungry? Dive into their sourdough Neapolitan pizza, made fresh in-house every day. Find your new go-to spot in Fleming Island at Barley and Pie Brewing Company.
Have you or someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI and all criminal offenses. I've been named the best DUI attorney in the state, and David has been named the best criminal defense lawyer in Jacksonville. In your battle with the justice system, there is only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
David
David Lane here, and once again, I'm happy to share news of my success with back and knee surgeries at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. Whatever it is that's bothering you, take it from me. Simply set an appointment today at Southeast Orthopedic Specialist and let them help you get back to normal life. I'm certainly glad I did.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Every Friday night in every town in America, communities come together for a time-honored tradition.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Friday Night Lights.
Presented by Duck Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic and Air Conditioning on 1010XL.
Joe C. for CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. There's nothing like the ambiance of a custom-built fireplace. The team at CSS can design and install the perfect setup, including wood, gas, and electric models, whether you want the elegance of an indoor fireplace or the warmth of an outdoor fire pit. You dream it, they build it. Visit their showroom or online at cssfireplaces.com.
You dream it, we build it. CSS.
Are you looking for a place to outfit your truck or van? It's Catlin Truck Accessories. For 105 years and 4 generations, Catlin is the name you can count on. This is Keith Catlin, and we know trucks and vans too, from Lear toppers, ladder racks, van shelving, strobe lighting, roll and lock bed covers, and everything in between. If you want quality products and great customer service, there's only one name. It's Catlin.
Who can you count on? Count on Catlin.
For 105 years, you can count on Catlin.
Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Join the VIP membership program at Duck Duck Rooter and enjoy peace of mind knowing your plumbing, heating, and cooling systems are performing at their best. Don't miss out. Call 904-862-6769. That's 904-862-6769.
Mia here. How did we get to NFL Week 11 already? If you're not signed up yet, get in on the action now with promo code 1010XL to double your first deposit with MyBookie. It is the best sign-up deposit bonus in the industry available to Florida bettors. This weekend, the Jags head to Detroit as the biggest underdogs of any team this week. 14-point spread, folks. If you think the Lions can beat them by 2 tutties, then bet it, but that is a huge spread. I will take the Jags and the points. The Ravens playing in Pittsburgh as a 3-point road favorite with a 48-point over-under total. I'm looking at a same-game parlay here. Take the Ravens and the under, and then, of course, you also could take Derrick Henry with the over on his rushing total. Don't miss a great nightcap with Sunday Night Football. The Bengals travel to L.A. to face the Chargers. I am betting on Jim Harbaugh's squad to cover a 2-point spread. MyBookie still has a double deposit bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. It's the best deposit sign-up bonus in the industry. Sign up with promo code 1010XL and make yourself a winner with MyBookie.
I'm here with Clayton Bromberg of Underwood Jewelers. Clayton, you spend a lot of time talking about diamonds, but what about some of the colored stones we see?
Frank, when you talk about colored stones, there are literally hundreds of varieties and species in the gem kingdom. As certified gemologists, we're trained gemologically on the identification of each of these and can separate the man-made synthetics and imitations from the real thing. But at Underwoods, we can go to the next step. At Underwoods, we're active buyers of loose-colored stones in the world markets, so we have an understanding of the values of colored stones as they relate back to the various qualities. In fact, just like diamonds, we buy most of our colored stones loose, then create the pieces of jewelry to hold the gems. You can be assured not only of the authenticity and quality of our colored stone jewelry, but also of the value. So if you're in the market for a fine quality emerald, sapphire, ruby, aquamarine, amethyst, citrine, tourmaline, peridot, or any other gemstone, come by and see us at Underwoods.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update, brought to you by Southern Oak Insurance. The Tennessee Volunteers are looking to keep their SEC championship and playoff hopes alive when they travel to Athens this Saturday for a top-ranked clash with the Bulldogs. Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel previewed what makes the Bulldogs so tough to prepare for.
I understand, the quality of the football team that's getting ready to go play. You look at what Kirby's done there, 10-year, this football team, typical Georgia team, and that they're, big and physical line of scrimmages and good skill players, and huge test for us as we go on the road down to Athens. And it'll be an elite environment, and for us, we got to do, the simple, ordinary things at a really high level. That starts with communication. A huge test, one we're looking forward to.
Bulldogs host the Wolves in Georgia in a primetime matchup tomorrow at 7:30. It's 71 degrees at 3 o'clock. Time in temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
Crank it out, RJ. Crank it out. Coach can't even hear. He doesn't know that we're on.
Oh, he has no idea.
Yeah. I did
He's
hear.
obsessed with the picks.
Yeah.
Obsessed.
He is. I did hear when I was walking down the hall, welcome to Rockville coming back in 2025 to Daytona International Speedway.
Plus,
Round
you
of
talked
applause
over
for that.
Rat, Coach. You can't do that.
I
You gotta let it
apologize,
go,
guys.
man.
I'm so fired up about being second instead of first. I'm burned up.
Well, we were going to start with the Jags, but I don't care. I gotta feed this beast because Coach loves the picks. He's just super competitive, uber competitive. Welcome in, Coach. First off,
thank you.
Before I go,
I
any
apologize
further.
for ruining the show by talking over it.
You never ruined the show.
Yeah.
You never. You were just fired up. Yeah. But Leon fired you up because he was making one very important distinction when you said you're leading the picks.
Right.
I was telling Coach, I said, Coach, we're going to drill down on some college ball in this 3 o'clock hour. And
Listen, he's a Miami guy.
Yeah.
We only think about winning.
That's right.
We don't think about anything else. In fact, losing, it's like Derek Jeter what it said. He said, I don't even worry about losing.
Yeah.
What's losing?
Well, I don't know if you guys know, but you lost last week, okay?
Yeah.
So,
well, here's
you might want to reassess.
No, we didn't lose. We didn't lose. We learned.
Yeah. I
don't take L's.
Yeah, kind of like Kirby said.
Yeah, you got Kirby.
You got some learn on some losses. I don't believe it, but.
So I will stay on the picks for one hot second because Coach went a flat line 1-5.
What?
Which brought his record to 36-30. He's still 6 games over 500. Leon followed a perfect 6-0 week with a 3-3 mark, and now is tied with Coach. I went 4-2. I went 4-2, and now is tied with Leon and Coach.
Wow.
It is a
really
3-way tie at the top.
Good for you guys.
With a 1-5 Matt Hayes lagging behind.
Yeah, but I want to be very clear. I'm making these crazy picks because I'm trying to catch up.
I don't believe that.
No, that's right. That's my strategy. When you get behind, if you're going to catch up, you gotta go opposite everybody else.
Yeah, he can say that he was going crazy picks.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
He went Georgia, LSU, Washington, Detroit, which only lost by a hook, and the lone win was Arizona. Texas Tech fooled a lot of. I would think a lot of people out there thinking they were going to be able to bounce back against Colorado. Colorado's red hot right now. All right, so we're going to get to our picks coming up in just a little bit. Florida Home AC Friday. You heard that rock and roll. You can hit the text line 641-1010. Send a song request, RJ, the DJ's way. We will definitely rock it out as we are on our show. And then we'll get to these picks coming up in just a bit. But, Coach, we were just talking with Ray Roberts, and you were listening and enjoying it, especially the O-line to O-line conversation that these two guys were having, Leon and Ray. And what they built up there is undeniable, and I do describe it. They got fight and finesse in them. That is a good football team through and through. This is going to be a tough, tall order, is it not?
Yeah, and you know the most interesting thing that I heard with Ray, and I loved the conversation. I mean, you know, most of the people we have on here, Leroy Butler and guys like that. I mean, these guys are not only just good football players, but they're sharp. You know. The one thing that really stuck out to me is when you compare what they've done up in Detroit in comparison to what we've done in Jacksonville, you've got a lot more guys here in Jacksonville that they're betting on to come on. Whereas in Detroit, he said they're taking guys that are ballers, like Branch. You know, Branch fell in the draft.
Yeah, Brian Branch from Bama.
And the guy between he and Joseph, the two safeties, that's the best combination in football right now. So I think what they have a clear picture. It's kind of like Jimmy Johnson. I have to go back to Jimmy, you know, and I wasn't able to do it. Jimmy had rain He had reins with Jerry. Jerry didn't exactly know what he was doing at that time, so Jimmy was running the show. And Jimmy knew exactly what the football team he wanted to look like. And I think they do up in Detroit. They came in and, I'm going to bite the kneecap and all that stuff. That's who the leader is.
Yeah.
You know what else, too,
It is
Dave?
attitude.
They don't fool around the first couple rounds, first 2-3 rounds. They get guys that have proven it
they take
at the
ballers.
college level, right? In big teams and big games. They don't fool around and take projects. That maybe this guy will work. Well, this guy was injured. Maybe he'll come back. They get the guys that play, right?
Right. And that's kind of what he said, and that's what I'm kind of looking at. Even Brian Thomas, think about it. There were 3 or 4 other receivers there that overshadowed him. Even though he's going to be a really good player in my mind, he wasn't one of those where you just say automatically, this guy's going to come in and be a number one. Jefferson, Chase, Neighbors. Those guys, you look at them and you say, hey, look, they're consistently doing it. Now, Brian, he had a lot of touchdowns and he ran by guys and he was fast, but it's a little different, when you look at it. It's kind of like what you're saying and what Ray said.
That's it. More than anything else is you have to have a plan, and that's why if you're going to rob from the teams that have proven to you that you can build. And that was a lousy franchise for a long time. Let's not prop up Detroit like it's Pittsburgh or Baltimore or any of these other franchises. They were crappy pre-Matt.
But now they know how to draft.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
They got 2 guys
and coach.
They got 2 guys that know what they're doing. In the
Let's
draft.
not dismiss coaching.
No, I'm not. I'm not. But I'm saying they've got 2 guys that know how to draft. Am I not right?
Yeah, absolutely. But I just remember this team during the offseason. I remember they showed some film of Dan Campbell, and it was after a practice where it was hot, and they put on pads again, and people were moaning and groaning, and he was telling people, listen, we needed this. He said, I promise you. If you follow me, it was this year.
Yeah,
So he instills toughness.
Right.
It was supposed to be just no pad day, and he changed it to pad day because he felt like the team needed it, and the team was moaning and groaning. And then after practice, when they got into work, he said, "Trust me, down the road, you're gonna know why I did what I did." Because he instills that kind of toughness, that mental toughness in it too.
He also did it in the right way. He said to him, guys, I've been there. I know what you're thinking right here. And if I didn't think that this was going to be the key to us being good, I wouldn't put you in pads today. I wouldn't do this. And really, that's kind of how they trust them and they're playing. That's it.
It has to be the combo. Let's make this the 10-10 take real quick, RJ, as far as the Lions and the Jags are concerned.
Now, Joe C's 10-10 take. Slow smoked and served up by Sonny's Barbecue. Local pit master since 68.
I mentioned it has to be the combo. You can get a 2 or 3 meat combo at your area Sonny's, and you can load up and get a great meal. They're always ready for you. They know you're probably in a hurry, so you can come in, count on it to be smoked slow and served fast. Check out any one of your area Sonny's. The combo we always talk about is, can you identify players in the draft, and once you draft them, can you turn them into dogs, Lions, Jaguars, whatever it is, dudes that make plays for you. So the combination of culture, what the coaching staff does, and what Brad Holmes eyed when he first brought these guys in, it all has to come together. This team has been woefully bad at that, but you have to appreciate it. The other part of this is Brad Holmes and then said goodbye to Matt Stafford, just like this team said goodbye to Jalen Ramsey, got 2 first-round picks for it. And what did this team do with their 2 first-round picks versus what that team did with their picks from the Matt Stafford trade? World of difference. You had this team go out and get Kayvon Chason. And the other one's Travis Etienne. And right now, you'd have to say good but not great. That's basically what it was for the Jalen Ramsey deal. That's the 10-10 take. You have got to have the combo. Go get those guys, those studs, those stars, and make them even better on an NFL field.
And just one little tidbit with Dan Campbell, the conversation about the training camp. While this team goes inside the air-conditioned building because it's too hot outside. I'm just showing you the differences. Listen. I'm only telling you. I'm only telling you what I was there when it happened. So I mean, you got one coach saying, "Hey, listen, we needed this. We needed these pads. We needed," and then you had another coach who says, hey, it's too hot outside. Let's go inside to practice.
Now, here's another texter. This talk makes me want Vrabel with a good young OC. And Vrabel's an attitude guy, too. I don't know how great he is as far as a head coach, but he ascended. I'm looking at you now, Coach. He ascended pretty quickly and proved that he could put out a tough football team for the most part that won their share.
I think the biggest thing is that you have to have a really clear picture of what you want your team to look like and be on the same page with the guy that's making the final decision, whether it's you doing it or whether it's the general manager doing it. If you don't have that, you got a problem. So I don't, I'm not sure what's going on with us. Again, 6 games within 5 points. So there's something missing.
Yeah.
Or you win 3 of those and you're tied with Denver and for the number 7 spot in the playoff hunt.
Or the NFL is just a one possession league. It's what it is.
No, it is that.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just not that good of a team.
Yeah, and that's it. That's what I'm saying. Normally, you win 3 of those 6. They're all going to come down to that.
Right.
I'll give you an example. NFL coming out of this last weekend, 82 games decided by 7 or fewer points.
Right.
72 games by 6 or fewer. And these are close ball games.
They've
now
literally set it up to be like that.
This is actually a little bit better than what the NFL has kicked out. That's the smallest point differential between winners and losers in NFL history. This past week against the spread, underdogs went 11-3. So there have been a lot of close football games. But this team, like you said, they just figured out a way to lose all of those games.
Exactly. And that, that's the concern. I mean, they're playmakers. I was on a show yesterday with I'm losing my mind. Aaron Beasley. And Aaron made the comment. Aaron said that they don't make the play when it's there to win the football game. And so that's a mental thing as far as I'm concerned. The good teams have guys that make plays when it counts. And we're just not doing it right now.
Yeah, that's where we are. All right, so we'll stay on the Jags. We got our picks coming up. We got head coach Dave Campo of XL Primetime hanging out with us. Big Search, Maddie. We will keep it rolling until 4 this afternoon right here on a Florida Home AC Friday.
It's football all day on Pregame Friday.
Little pigskin, why not?
Get the news, notes, and inside stuff you need to get ready for game day.
It's fantastic.
Pregame Friday.
Brought to you by Dream Finders Homes on 1010XL.
Former Jaguars corner and first-year head football coach at Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows, K-12, Aaron Beasley here. Are you looking for an A-rated K-12 school prioritizing academics, arts, and athletics? Duval Charter School at Bay Meadows offers a rigorous curriculum to develop strong minds with an additional focus on growing good hearts. DCSB has been an A school for 8 years, and our tuition is free. Now enrolling. Apply at baymeadowscharter.org.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. I've been playing and winning with Prize Picks, and you should too. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active users. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your winnings roll in. Think Pat Mahomes will throw for more than 245.5 yards? It's just that simple. And now you can win up to 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. And when my picks hit, I can get my money in as quickly as 15 minutes. Now, here's the best part. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. That means your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code JAX, J-A-X, and get $50 instantly when you play 5. It's all there at Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey everybody, Jennifer Marion with Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville here to say hello, and we'd sure like to have your business.
You know what? They're going to love the king of price.
My dad believes in making great deals and having a great selection in stock.
Cadillac XT4s, XT5s, and XT6s, and Escalades.
The all-electric Cadillac Lyriq.
CT4s and CT5s.
Cadillac luxury and selection is just waiting for you.
At Randy Marion Cadillac, Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville.
And don't forget, tell them Jennifer sent you.
This is the Mangler.
Years of playing football coupled with lifestyle left my feet mangled with neuropathy. I was experiencing burning, tingling, and numbness. I spoke with 2 foot specialists and they told me there was no cure. They were wrong. I found Dr. Nate Riddle in Ponte Vedra. After utilizing his neuropathy treatment for only 2 weeks, I noticed a difference in my feet. I was regaining my feeling and balance. If you want relief from nerve pain, call Dr. Nate for a free consultation at Riddle Wellness, 904-395-5598.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Are you 18 years or older, just got married, just got divorced, or have children? Listen up. Have you done your last will and estate planning? If you have questions, call Matt Hinson with the Hinson Law Firm. Reach him at 527-1700, offices Jacksonville, Florida. And don't let the state decide your fate.
Hey, Jaguars fans, as the official whiskey of the NFL, it's not a kickoff without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. And that's why we've built the Crown Royal Rig. An absurdly awesome 18-wheeler delivering the generous spirit to stadiums and tailgates across the country. Follow the Royal Rig on its journey from city to city, bringing together local cuisine, NFL legends, and the opportunity to pack a purple bag for charity and win tickets to Super Bowl 59. Visit crownroyal.com for rules and more, and please drink responsibly.
Hunters Know Patience is part of the game.
Just got to keep hunting.
Jeff Lageman, Captain Kevin Faber, and Captain Kirk Waltz on the Nimnit Outdoors Show. Presented by Duck Rooter Plumbing, Septic, and Air Conditioning. Saturday morning from 7 to 10 on 1010XL.
It's a sale so big, it's been over 40 years in the making.
It's Beard's Diamond's incredible 44th anniversary sale. Everything store-wide is on sale, up to 44% off.
Beard's Diamonds at the St. John's Town Center or beardsdiamonds.com.
Cigar smokers, Cigars International Superstore is now open at the Town Center. A massive 6,200 square foot space with over 600 cigar brands. A full-service bar, indoor and outdoor lounges with flat-screen TVs. Grand opening event this Saturday with live music, raffles, and specials. Enjoy $5 off a $25 purchase or more. Just mention code RadioXL at checkout. Don't miss the new Cigars International Superstore grand opening at the Town Center this Saturday.
Southampton invites you to enjoy a round of golf and then a round with your buds, thanks to their game day special. Every Saturday and Sunday during the season, order up 10 wings and a cold pitcher for just $22. Plus, being a member at Southampton has its privileges, like a $500 gift card when you join with a paid initiation fee. All the details are at golfsouthampton.com. Twilight golf every day with special rates after 3 o'clock. Don't forget trivia Thursday nights and music on the patio Friday night. All at the Golf Club of Southampton.
Come on, admit it. Almost everyone you know seems to be playing pickleball now, right? So whether you just want to learn how to play or you're ready to show off your elite pickleball skills, the Y is the place for you. Visit our brand new McGuire Family Pickleball Center at the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach. 5 top quality outdoor courts and 3 amazing indoor courts where you can learn about dinks, dill ball, falafel, the kitchen, and more pickleball slang at the Y.
Jacksonville contractors and business owners, do you need bathroom partitions and accessories? Frank Frangie here. Coyle & Sons has been in business in Jacksonville since 1927. They've earned the reputation of quality and specialized skill. Coyle & Sons are the ones trusted in Jacksonville by the top contractors, and they can stand on their reputation when you need almost 100 years of commercial contractor experience. Coyle & Sons will design it for you. Call them today at 904-356-4821 or visit them at coiljacks.com.
Jaguars fans, want to meet some of your favorite players? Coke Florida, Publix Supermarkets, and the Jags are giving you the chance. Join 1010XL at Publix, 170 Village Commons Drive, St. Augustine, Tuesday, November 19th at 5. For autographs, pictures, raffles, and more. Get off the sidelines and get to Publix to grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola, Coke Zero Sugar, or any of your favorite Coca-Cola beverages using Publix digital app. The Jaguars and Coke Florida. There's magic when we cheer together at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
It's Florida Home AC Friday on XL Primetime.
Hit the text line with some cool rock requests.
Real easy to hit up RJ, the DJ, 641-1010. You can do it. Florida Home AC Friday. They're cool. They want to keep you cool, and they definitely can get in touch with you quickly when it comes to any AC repairs. Make sure you find out. FloridaHomeAC.com. Plenty of rebates, if you do have to look at a brand new system, and they like to rock just like you guys do. So hit a little rock and roll suggestion with RJ at 641-1010. All right, so I feel like we got to do our picks now. But real quick, Coach, since we were just talking a little bit about this as far as the style of how they built their franchise up there, do you see a matchup in this game that you like? Is there because Mac Jones struggled a little bit. The protection was not necessarily there this past week. Got sacked 3 times, threw it away a couple times. Name a matchup, and then you guys, if you could think of a matchup that you like that might serve the Jags.
Well, I don't know if I've got a matchup that I like, but the matchup that's there would have to be that since Hutchison is gone, their sack totals have gone down. Okay, so I'm looking at it like if we can at least protect him, although the guys that they brought in, this Pascal guy and a couple other guys, they're playing pretty good football. Now, you said, who'd you say?
Yeah, Panay Sewell and Trayvon Walker. That's
a good matchup.
No, but the defensive guy you said that was did everything last week.
Oh, you're talking about Jalen Carter.
Yeah. They've got some guys now, but the sack totals have gone down. And so, to me, that's the only one. And their pass defense, they're giving up 200 and something, 40 yards a pop. So if you can protect the quarterback, at least you have a chance. That's the only thing I see.
Yeah, there's no getting away from the idea that matchup-wise, Zadarius Smith is the guy that they went and got, and they didn't play him last week.
Right.
And so that's going to be another guy that you don't exactly know what they're going to get from him or what you should expect from him. That's one that you definitely have to keep your eye on. That's for sure. Matchups?
Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, they have not been able to block, all right? They have not been able to block in key situations on third down. To me, that's what it comes down to. I mean, who knows what's going to happen defensively? They're going to be overmatched. They're most likely be overmatched in every game. Why they weren't last week, we have no idea. Probably because Darnold I don't know what he was doing. He was missing a lot of throws. But you got to go into every game thinking you're going to be overmatched on defense, right? At the very least, if you can, score and put a little pressure on the other guy's offense. Right. Just a little bit of pressure, man. Instead of going down 7-0, 10-0, 13-0. Then you're chasing points, man. They've got to protect better. They've got to be able to block, to open some holes, to get a little run game going, get a little complimentary football going. When was the last time they had complimentary football on this team?
Well, they don't.
The first 2.5 quarters of the Miami game, right?
Yeah. And that's one of the things we talk about all the time. You got to win 2 of the 3 phases, and they've done pretty well special teams wise. You got to win one of the other ones, and they one is okay, the other one is not so okay.
It's never complimentary, never.
Yeah. Or a full 60 minutes. That's the other thing that gets you more than anything else. All right, let's fire up some music. Let's go college, RJ, as we get ready for our picks. We got 3 big ones from the college game, 3 big ones from the National Football League. As we mentioned, it's a 3-way tie at the top. After Coach went 1-5, Leon went 3-3. I went 4-2. Matty went 1-5. And he's a good dozen games
I'm tired of hearing that every week, okay? I'm tired of hearing, Matt went 2-4. Matt went 1-5. Now went 3-3.
That's where you're living, my man.
This is where it's coming right now. I'm turning it around right now.
I felt bad for you. And
no, you didn't, because you texted
I did,
Mike
and I ended up 1-5 like you. I'm done with that.
Don't say you feel sorry if you text and taunt me all the time.
All right, here we go. We are looking at the college football game, a noon kick. Texas, the Longhorns are going into Vietnam as a 12-point pick over the Arkansas Razorbacks. So you're looking at a 12-point line. We're going to rotate this as far as Coach Searcy and me go. Coach, you get to start us off.
Again, I'm the one that came back there.
I'll let Leon start.
All right. I started off. I'm going to say Pig Suey.
Yep.
Pig Suey.
Arkansas, says Big Sirs. I am going to go Texas's way on this one. I'm going to go ahead and lay those points. Coach?
I'm going to stick with my Texas roots. I'm going with the Longhorns.
All right, you're going to go with them.
We should all call the Hogs is what we should do. That would be kind of funny.
Big Suey.
Since you guys don't want to do that, I'm gonna take that's a lot of points, man. To give a home team that's, other than the Ole Miss game, played pretty well at home. I'm going to take the points in the Hogs.
All right, Arky, you're going with the Fighting Sam Pittmans. Let's get to the next one. Kansas is at number 6 BYU. This is a 2.5-point line. It's a late kick. BYU unbeaten. Did you go first? I'll go first this time. It's just such a low number. I want it to be 3, but it's currently not at hardrock.bet. I'm just going to go ahead instead. I'm going to take the Jayhawks.
I'm going with the Jayhawks.
Wow.
Ooh.
Really?
I'm taking BYU.
Well, Coach is going with the Jayhawks because he loves them and he watched them win a big game earlier this week.
Former Jayhawks DC, baby.
And you're going with BYU?
BYU.
All right.
KU's playing really well the last couple weeks. The win last week was very impressive against Iowa State. No, not going into BYU at night. No way.
You're going BYU.
That's a tough place to play at night, man.
Yeah,
I'm taking
they will
BYU.
be going crazy up there. But I just smell another falling from the ranks of the unbeaten. I really do. This is an offense. This is an offense that they haven't necessarily faced. We'll see. BYU's fought their way out of everything situationally so far this season as they
I
are
bet
unbeaten.
gets them, honestly. And you're going to go, what? How is that possible? I bet Houston gets them. It's just a weird matchup. It just is. It's just a weird matchup. Last game of the season, they're at home. But Houston, with Willie Fritz, can pull a big game now and then. And they've done it. They did it once earlier this season. They almost had another upset in the first month of the season.
All right, let's see here. Coach is going first on this one. It is Tennessee at Georgia. Go figure that the number 7 Tennessee Volunteers are a 9.5-point dog to number 12 Georgia. Who you like, Coach?
I'll tell you what, I'm going with Georgia a couple times this year, and not done very well. So I'm going with Georgia.
That's usually when, I was going to say that's usually when it bites you in the butt when you steer away from them. Big Searcy.
The boogeyman was exposed last week, bro. They're at home between the hedges, bro. They're gonna
can't stop the run.
Yeah, they can't stop the run. But I'm gonna go with the boogeyman one more time.
All right, Georgia. I'm going to take Tennessee. There's really no reason for it because the numbers. You want to listen to these numbers? Tennessee has lost to Georgia 7 times in a row, and they have been by an average of 28 points. What in the world would give you any idea, any indication that they're going to win this football game when they have lost by an average of 4 scores to that team that has dominated them? But I just feel like they are running the ball well. Dylan Sampson, 100%, and Georgia is not running the ball well.
Right.
They're outside the top 100 in a couple key offensive categories. So we'll find out whether they can do it. Kirby's 7-1 in his career against Tennessee. They are good. Who you got?
And they only lost that game because Juwan Jennings caught a ridiculous Hail Mary.
Yeah. But the Dogs come into this game 15 out of 16 SEC teams in rushing the football. When would you have ever said that?
And it was Kirby's first year, and as we all know, he's a long way from that first year. I'm going with Georgia one more time.
All right.
One more time.
All you guys are going one more time. All right, let's get to the National Football League. I will start us off with the Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Right now, it's a 3-point line. Hardrock.bet. You can go there and check all your lines, lay your money down, play your parlays. You have got the Ravens. Tough to go up there into Pittsburgh and win this football game. It really is. But I'm gonna lay the points. I'm probably gonna look back and say, why are you not trusting Russell Wilson because he's playing much better? But I'm gonna lay the points.
Okay. I'm gonna go with El Boogie.
I'm going with El Boogie.
Okay.
Getting the hook, right? 3.5?
3. Make sure you hear.
Yeah, make sure you hear exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Just 3, huh?
Yeah. Thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Is that a Sunday or Monday night game?
It is a 1 o'clock kick Sunday.
Wow.
1 o'clock kick. It's one of the bigs.
I'm going to go Steelers.
All right, you're going Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
By the way, they were able to take care of business this past week against the Washington Commanders when few were expecting them to. All right, next game, Kansas City Chiefs at the Buffalo Bills. It is now a 2-point line. The Bills at home as the favorite. Leon, you're picking.
It really doesn't matter what the Bills do to the Chiefs in the regular season. But it really doesn't because they always slice them up in the postseason. But I think the Bills, once again, will win the regular season game, and they'll see them in the postseason and lose. So I'm going to go with the Bills.
It's hard to fight your logic. It really is. I am taking the Bills too.
Chiefs.
KC.
Well, that was quick. You didn't even hesitate.
Got to go opposite.
No explanation or nothing, man. Yeah, I'm. Look, Mahomes. Okay.
Mahomes. That's it. That's your answer.
That's you know what? From now on, if we have a Chiefs game, it's just Mahomes. That's
just put it in there. Well, the one thing that's interesting with this one is both sides are a little beaten up, but no Harrison Butker for the Chiefs, and that is significant.
That is.
The guy's been able to boot through some big field goals.
Who's the kicker? You know it?
I don't know who it is. They're just ruling him out. All right. Last game, Cincinnati at the LA Chargers. A 1.5 point line. That's the 8:20 Sunday night kick. And Coach gets to go first. The Chargers are favored by a 1.5.
1.5, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you're getting some tough games.
Well,
I'll tell you what,
believe me, that's what I told Leon earlier. I said, I'm going for these are tough ones.
I don't know about this one, but I'm going with the Chargers at home.
Okay. You're going with LA. LAC. I'm going with the Bengals.
The Bengals, yeah. Yeah, y'all saw what Jamar Chase did last week, right?
Harbaugh has been a master on that side of the ball, though.
He has.
Crazy good.
Yeah. He's going to have to conjure up something to stop Jamar.
He still took the L, didn't he?
He took the L because they went for 2. They had 2 hands to the face that they didn't call.
Exactly, including one on the quarterback.
I would take the Bengals.
All right, you taking Cincy?
Bengals. Right. The Bengals, by the way, have beaten the Raiders, the Browns, the Giants, and the Panthers.
Yeah, not a great record.
I'm going to take the Chargers.
You take LAC? All right, so there we go. We are in. We got 3 teams tied at the top, 36-30, with our records. Maddie, distant 24-42. We'll see how it goes. Those are our picks. We've got our takeaways coming up. It's XL Primetime on a Florida Home AC Friday.
Are you embarrassed by your ugly, cracked concrete driveway? Need to enhance your home's curb appeal? StoneCore on Phillips Highway is your one-stop shop for all your outdoor needs. Replacing with new stone pavers will transform your driveway into a stunning work of art. Say goodbye to unsightly concrete and hello to beautiful, durable pavers that last for years. Visit StoneCore today and let's beautify your home together. StoneCore.co. We do outdoors better.
Yo, what's happening, fellas? It's your boy E to the T, and I'm going to keep it real. We could all benefit from a little something extra in the bedroom. Blue Chew can help, and I'm about to tell you how you can get some for free. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. No doctor visits, no waiting in line at the pharmacy. Blue Chew ships right to your door in a discreet package. Not even them nosy neighbors gonna know what's going on. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredients and strength for your prescription. And did I mention the chewable? Just like popping a Mentos. And they're made right here in the good old US of A. Now you're asking, how do I get my Blue Chew? Visit BlueChew.com and make sure to enter promo code 1010XL at checkout. Try it for free and just pay $5 shipping. Turn that oh no into a oh yeah. That's right. Use promo code 1010XL and let your boy hook you up with some Blue Chew. Get your confidence back. Visit BlueChew.com.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
Imagine driving a late model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Does the building you go to work in every day need a little love and attention? Jason Parker here with Performance Painting. Great companies take great care of the buildings their staff and customers walk into every day. If the building you're in doesn't match the vision you have for your company, we can help. Go to performance-painting.com. Our highly trained team makes the difference. Quality coatings applied with pride.
Performance Painting.
Pre-game Friday
Friday.
Built by Dream Finders Homes. Homes built to fit your lifestyle on 1010XL.
Hey everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. Dandy subs and sandwiches. Look, we always want you to think about those great options as you're driving around Duval. But the beauty is, even as I'm dropping pounds, Dandy's got great options for me as well. Told you all about their protein packs, delicious salads that they have out there. They have fruit cups for on the go. You know what they have. Veggie snack trays. You can grab those on the go as well. Perfect, healthy snack. Dandy is the name to know when you're on the go. So stop into a Gate store anywhere around Duval and make yours a Dandy, and do it today.
Elbow pain, whether acute or chronic, can make it difficult to do normal activities like playing sports, doing household chores, or even sleeping comfortably. Dr. George Barr here, and no one wants to deal with pain without solutions on how to feel better. We've all heard of tennis and golfer's elbow, but there's plenty more that can cause pain, like osteoarthritis, muscle tears, and nerve entrapment. All are treatable at Barr Orthopedics. Getting you back to full health is our mission, and there's a number of different treatment options we can offer. Call us today or visit barrorthopedics.com.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On November 15, 2018, LeBron James passes Wilt Chamberlain for 5th on the NBA's career scoring list, with 44 points in the Lakers' victory over the Portland Trailblazers.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
This is Josh Woolsey with Woolsey Morecambe. Woolsey Morecambe is your MVP in the legal game. Our team of skilled attorneys tackle personal injury cases with compassion and expertise. With fumbles like a car or truck accident, we're here to seek the compensation you deserve. Right here in Jacksonville, we've successfully won over $100 million and earned a championship-worthy record. When it's game time, you want a team that plays to win. Contact Woolsey Morecambe at 1-800-WOOLSEY. Offices, Jacksonville.
This is Richard Miller with your Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles Update. At Showtime, we have over 20 display cases separating NFL cards, Jaguars, baseball, basketball, hockey, pop culture, and even pro wrestling. Oh, and Pokemon. It's easy to pop in and peruse before an appointment or meeting. Shad Road and Phillips Highway. It's Showtime Sports Cards and Collectibles. Update your collection.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys locksmith service.
Hey, sports fans, it's Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. How did we get to NFL Week 11 already? If you're not signed up yet, get in the action now with promo code 1010XL to double your first deposit. It's the best sign-up deposit bonus in the industry, available to Florida bettors. This weekend, the Jags go to Detroit as the biggest underdog of any team this week, 14 points. If you think the Lions can beat them by 2 touchdowns, then bet it. That's what I would do. The Ravens playing in Pittsburgh as a 3-point road favorite with a 48-point over-under. I'm looking at the same game parlay here. Take the Ravens in the under, and don't miss a great nightcap with Sunday Night Football. Cincinnati at the Chargers. Give me the Chargers. MyBookie still has the double deposit bonus that doubles your money on your very first deposit up to $1,000. It's the best deposit sign-up bonus in the industry. So sign up now, use promo code 1010XL, and make yourself a winner with MyBookie. Don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson with the latest injury update this morning, beginning with running back Tank Bigsby.
Tank's going to go today. We'll see. Optimistic, but obviously just today will be a big day for him. Ezra should be good to go, yes.
Anybody else?
Josh is good. Tyson, guys that showed up on the report. Well, obviously this time of year, guys are going to be banged up, but the ones that have shown up have practiced this week. It should be good for the game.
Doug Peterson this morning with the latest injury update, courtesy of Jaguars.com. Jags at Detroit. Kickoff Sunday at 1. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right. Well, my takeaway is a great coach once told me that games are played on Saturday and Sunday, but they're won in the offseason. You want to know the difference between this franchise and Detroit Lions? One coach puts on the pads because trust me, you need it down the stretch. Other coach puts you in the AC because it's too hot to practice. That's my takeaway.
Soft serve.
And gives you ice cream, too. Don't forget that, bro. My takeaway is right out of the gate tomorrow, the noon window. Right out of the gate, 3 games of significant consequence. Texas at Archie, Utah at Colorado, Clemma at Pitt. Mm-hmm. Big games, all 3.
They'll be on Dabo. They're like I said. Elijah already called him Tommy Swinney or Dabo Bowden.
Those are 3 critical games, I think, in all those conferences. Just for various reasons, for playoff, for program momentum, for a coach getting fired, for a coach starting to feel heat, all over the place. It's there's a lot going on in those 3 games. By the way, JJ and I will talk about that from 6 to 7 tonight on the College Football Show.
There are 2 shows that are going to be on the road, beginning with you. Are you on at
Cigars
6?
International, right. Baloo's from 4 to 6, and we're from 6 to 7, and Baloo's going to come in and do a segment with us live from there as well.
So Cigars International over there, St. John's Town Center.
Yeah.
And that means we'll have live programming from 4 until
7.
Mm-hmm. And then we got Friday Night Lights after that.
Yep.
Big ball games, playoff atmosphere, that's for sure. Takeaway, Coach?
My takeaway is I'm hoping beyond hope that this particular football game that we're going into up in Detroit is going to come down to less than 7 points at the end of the game, because I've never heard of a team losing 7 times with 5 points or less.
Yeah. It's something else. It's something
Would you
else.
like me to introduce you to this franchise?
Mm-hmm. Well, I hope not.
Believe me, I laughed from one of our texters earlier that said this team doesn't play complimentary football. Quite the opposite. When the offense scores, the defense might as well tell them their wives are ugly. When the defense gets a turnover, the offense might as well tell them their mothers are fat. They never play complimentary football. All right, my takeaway, I told you guys yesterday the son-in-law is always trying to move up in the power rankings, and he said, if I can just get Tennessee to knock off Georgia, will that help? I'm like, well, sure. And so he is always, he says, just say something nice about Rocky Top, because I don't like Rocky Top. Why would I? But Tennessee can become the first SEC team to beat Georgia and Alabama in the same season since LSU did it back in 2019, and that's when they were on their way to the Natty. Wow. Vols haven't done it since 2006. So what's going to be the difference? That team, Georgia, has beaten Tennessee by an average of 28 points over a 7-game stretch. This is an opportunity.
An average of 28 points.
Yeah, this is an opportunity, Rocky Top, to change the narrative and see if you can get the job done. And you may get it done with Dylan Sampson. And right now, Nico, they say, is a game-time decision. And if he comes out of concussion protocol, you can count on seeing him. In Athens, you can count on seeing DJ Lagway in the swamp against Brian Kelly and the bunch tomorrow. That's another big ball game. And we all talk about it, just the simple fact that they are trying to, if DJ Lagway can lag one more win Billy's way, that is a huge, huge momentum piece. There's going to be a lot of recruits there tomorrow, correct?
A lot of 5-star recruits there, yeah. I mean, that's
couldn't happen to a nicer guy than Brian Kelly.
And by the way, they're on his case a little bit down there in the bayou, as you can just imagine, Coach. They are on him.
You can tell that story whenever you want, you know.
I already told a story.
I don't think you told it on air.
I can't say it on air.
I got to get a bold fact in here real quick.
Here's a bold fact brought to you by Bold City Brewery, Duval's first craft brewery. Online at boldcitybrewery.com.
They got Friday night music set up for you right there in the production house on Roselle Street over in Riverside, and they're always ready to see you. You can check out their cool setup every single day. You can find them Bold City downtown right there on Bay Street, and, of course, over in Riverside, and you always got great fun and delicious craft. So let me give you a bold fact.
He didn't have to stop that story. He could have told the story.
Yeah. I just need to get to this, okay? And it's
I
just
don't want to tell a story. I can't say the words on the air.
We can bleep you out.
It's unbelievable. If I asked Matt to host, he would not be able to pull it off, okay? He just would be going in a different direction every single time. Yeah. All right, so Josh Allen.
Look, when you're gone, Leon and I handle it, all right?
Yeah.
Don't worry about
I know
it.
that. I'm just saying, we have 2 minutes is what I'm saying right now. Josh Allen has 71 career regular season wins. That is a hell of a lot in the time that he has been a quarterback in an NFL team. Passed Tom Brady, for the 4th most regular season wins by a quarterback in his first 7 seasons. So he's doing some work. So he is catching up to the one you always answer.
Mahomes.
Russell.
Rust.
Yeah, and that one, Mahomes.
Right.
He's catching up to those two with the 4th most. Who is the only other one that has more?
Peyton Manning.
The only other one that has more, 4th most regular season wins by a quarterback in his first 7 seasons. He just passed Tommy. He now only trails Mahomes, who has 74. Russell, who has 75. Coach goes with Peyton.
I'm going to go with Kurt Warner.
All right. That is the second one.
I'm going with Big Ben.
Big Ben?
That is
Another
my
good
second
one.
one.
Yeah, it is, because I had to take Russell off the table here. But Warner, as soon as he got in, he won.
Yeah.
He won. It is not any of the names that you put up there.
Wow.
Is it El Boogie?
Nope.
First 7 seasons, huh?
It can't
First
be Goff
7.
because it's the Lions connection. It's not Goff. Oh, gosh.
Wow.
I think somebody who was just regular season phenom. Probably.
First 7 seasons as a starter.
Mm-hmm. Well, it just says first 7 seasons.
Aaron Rodgers.
No, so first 7 seasons is I would classify this one as the first 7 seasons in the NFL.
All right.
I'm going to go Phillip Rivers.
All right, that's another good one. I will give it to you because we are out of time. It's a guy that just got benched, Joey Flacco.
Wow.
Because as soon as he was drafted, John Harbaugh was hired, and they started winning games and winning playoffs. So there you go, a bold fact with Joey Flacco now riding the pine, not like this guy.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
Well, officially, the embedded and shredded does ride the pine because he's sitting on his rear end right now. But he is a starter as opposed to a backup. He joins us now. Joey Flacco, he had 72 wins in his first 7 seasons in the National Football League.
It was incredible. That was the same draft as Matt Ryan, who showed up on the scene and immediately started winning games. And now there was a great infrastructure around them, great defenses, but yeah, it can be done.
Similar to here is what you're saying.
Similar to here, yeah. In fact, I was driving around listening to you guys, and you were talking about a matchup that you feel like the Jaguars can really exploit against the Lions. I'm going to go with Logan Cook.
He's the man. I have found myself, Hayes, watching how high he can get his toe in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I kind of look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, he's the best player on the team.
Yeah. So we told you this yesterday. This is the biggest favorite they've been since they were a favorite against this team. And I was reminding Leon of this. 1995, Steve Berline threw 3 picks in that game because Jacksonville lost 44-0. Berline 3 picks, Barry Sanders 2 scores, and old left-hander Scotty Mitchell with a couple of touchdown tosses.
I don't think it'll be that bad, but it might be close.
Yeah. What are you thinking? What's your gut tell you?
I'll say it's like 37-16.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say the Lions cover and win by about 21. Mm-hmm. You'd have to give me 21.5 to take the Jags.
To take it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So someone will bait you with that on the show today.
Yeah.
Instead of 2 scores, they're going to give you 3 scores to see if you bite. All right. What's coming?
We've got a ton of great stuff coming up. Doug Peterson will talk with Frank for Coach Speaks. That leads us off. We'll also have Rafael Esparza from MyBookie giving us his advice on the odds and which games to play. We'll have Pete Prisco talking all things NFL as well. So a lot of great stuff coming up on the Frangie Show.
All right, my man. We appreciate it. We'll be listening. Guys. So you got Frangie on the FM dial.
Mm-hmm. Blue on the AM.
Rick Blue on the AM dial. 1010. He will go from 4 to 6. The college kickoff show 6 to 7.
Yep.
And then we got high school programming, high school playoff ball, and then Friday Night Lights. Leon, your score for Sunday real quick.
35-9.
35
Yeah,
minutes.
a lot to a little. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot to a little. What's the number?
A lot to a little.
Okay, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, Coach.
I'm going with the which is proven already, 31-19.
Okay, I'm going 27-16. None of them are pretty. That's for sure. We will find out. Look, I'd love to see some fight in the hometown team, but it's a tough mutter up there in Motown.
Tough task.
Yeah. All right, so we're done. Florida home AC Friday. The official AC partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. They're fired up just like you are. Hopefully we'll get us a good game on Sunday, and it'll all start with the kickoff show if we get rolling towards that 1 o'clock kick. We are done. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Search, Coach Campbell, and RJ.
Come on, Joe. That ain't good enough. You got to slap the blood out my mouth. Let's go, baby. Whoa!